swagger on point when I step in. Signs in the air for the gang that you're repping. Don't get brave when I'm stepping in the rave. If you show man love, everything's okay. So looking for a lively rave to have fun in. If there ain't girls in the place, we ain't coming. Middle finger up to the Jake, stepping in with the gang. Please tell the police they can't come in. Show me a salute, that's gang. Pure love for the crew, that's gang. Don't chat shit if you ain't gonna bang. Just show man a sign if you're down for the gang. Show me a salute, that's gang. Pure love for the crew, that's gang. Don't chat shit if you ain't gonna bang. Just show man a sign if you're down for the gang. We be on the grind to the morning. We be on the grind to the morning. Stacking up money in the bank. Don't chat shit if you ain't gonna bang. Just show man a sign if you're down for the gang.
Can't fuck with the gang, we don't fucking pretend. We be busting the clubs, cause you know that we can. Can't fuck with the gang, we don't fucking pretend. Still rocking the show, still feeling the flow.
Welcome back, Juventinita, to the Juventinita, Back to Black and White podcast. This is going to be episode number 13, and it's going to be a little bit different tonight. Obviously, I had booked a guest, but a couple of the other podcasts had run a little bit late, so I think I'm just going to have to run this one on my own. It's going to be about the Genoa-Juve game, obviously taking place in Genoa. It's going to be played at 12:45 in the obviously Pacific and 3:45 Eastern time. And at the Luigi Ferrari Stadium, where Juve's looking to face a tough opponent. And again, as always, before we get into that, again, if you guys could subscribe to the YouTube channel and drop a like, drop a comment, question, what kinds of topics we could cover into the future. And obviously hit the notification bell if you want to be alerted for all the new podcasts and content that is coming out. Also on iTunes, Spotify, and obviously if you use Podbean, please drop a comment, drop a follow if you could, and then again that just gets you updated notifications of when you will get to hear the new podcast, obviously like this one right now. Let's begin. The big news, Arthur obviously was bought and was announced, and let me just get the specific values for you guys. So the numbers for Arthur were 70 million euros plus 12 million in variable. For Pjanic, we sold him for 60 million plus 5 million variable. Now, those obviously won't take place until the end of the season, and we're not quite sure on if the players are going to play or not just yet, but we'll have to wait and see. Looks like Arthur is definitely slotting into the lineup for Barcelona, is at least from what I've heard. But we'll have to wait and see if Pjanic also seems to be getting the nod in a similar for the formation of this game. Also, some notable news. Andrea Pirlo is going to be coming back to the club. He's going to be coaching the under-23 team, and I believe Roberto Borogno might also be helping him as well. But it's great to see Pirlo come back. What a magnificent player, and hopefully he can run that team and bring back the, bring a winning tradition, bring the black and white stripes, bring what it means to be a Bianconero, and hopefully that turns out for the best. Obviously, we have some other moves. We have Stefano Gori going to Pisa for Leonardo Loria. Also, Simone Muratore, as we know, 7 million to Atalanta. Some other youth prospects, just checking here so I don't make the mistake. Steffi Mavedidi, close to joining Montpellier, as well as Kali Sene will move to Basel, and it's just pending the announcement. So, guys, interesting Plus Valenza right now. I want to obviously bring up another name that's been in the news, Ferran Torres, who I believe can play both sides of the wing. So another young player, and I think it's going to be a good option if that's where we actually go. But I guess a lot of time and different moves are going to be coming up in the news, so we just gotta wait and see. And let's see if there's anything. Don't want to miss anything for you guys. So just checking out my news outlets. Obviously, another thing to the Pjanic deal was a 4-year deal, and they placed a buyout clause of $400 million. Not sure why, but you can't have them unless you pay $400 million, boys and girls. So, and obviously, it was believed that the medical was done by a Barcelona doctor for Pjanic, and also Artur Miller was seen going to Torino for his medical, or at least to sign his contract. And I think, how could I have forgot? Gianluigi Buffon and Giorgio Chiellini, they signed a 1-year extension, and it's nice to see them back. Obviously, Gigi's going to be more of a bench role. And hopefully, Chiellini can pick up some fitness and bring what the qualities that we've known before all of these kind of injury struggles. So let's hope he can get back into form and contribute be a big piece of this team. And also congratulations to UVB, the under-23 team, for winning the Serie C Coppa Italia. They beat Ternana in the final, and another trophy for us, ladies and gentlemen. So I think that's something to be proud of. We want. It's been talked a lot about having a youth team that is going to do great things and provide for the club and be able to, let's say, instill the Bianconeri way, as well as, create talents that can be used in the first team, as well as being able to, obviously profit, what is the main thing we've seen off of. So I think it's going to be an interesting few years, and we'll see what happens and what they develop. There was, just for this Genoa game, I think there might be a shout at Gigi Buffon playing. There's been a few different lineups being talked about, with obviously us playing the 4-3-3. That's kind of a straightforward thing, with the only difference being Danilo going back into the left side, obviously because we have some injuries. Matuidi will go back into the midfield with Pjanic and Bentancur, and Ronaldo, Dybala, Bernardeschi up top. It's more than likely that Genoa is going to be playing a 3-5-2, as has been reported on multiple newspapers. But there's some difference in who is going to be playing where. This first one, Perin obviously in goal, Maziello center back, Sumaro and Romero, Christian Romero. Again, keep an eye, Juve prospect. I think he could be a key for us. Again, another young guy who's done really well and got honors of top 11, one of the top 11 for the last round. On the left mid, Barreca, Sturaro, as we all know, Scone, Baremi, and Birashki. Then up top, Sanabria and Pandev. Now, for us, for Tuttosport, they have it a little bit different for Juve. Obviously, still a 4-3-3, but Rabiot, Pjanic, and Bentancur instead of Matuidi. And for Genoa, 3-5-2, like I said, Maziello, Sumaro, Romero, Barreca, Sturaro, Scone, but they have Cassata, Giglione, and up top, Favili and Sanabria. So a little bit different from the two that I just read, But no, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think for Juve, it's interesting because as I'm reading, obviously, thanks around Turin for this stat, but it's almost been a bogey team for us. I just want to pull it up here because I don't want to make this mistake, but definitely a hostile environment. In the last 8 games, Juve's won 2, drawn 3, and lost 3. And this is at the Luigi Ferraris Stadium. Obviously, Pjanic has been talked about. On the next pod, me and Al discuss kind of the transfer, and I'll kind of see what he thinks about him finishing the rest of the season. But definitely nice to see Sturaro again and Perin. And I think it's going to be a great game. I think these, like I've been saying in general, I'm kind of waiting for a team to really sit back, park the 11, and counter when they are able to. And I think that's going to be not necessarily going to be true. We'll see if Genoa comes to play. But also I think you look at what they have in a 3-5-2, they definitely have the wings, and they're definitely going to be ready to counter us. So whether they decide to initially park, quote unquote, park the bus, but we'll have to wait and see till tomorrow. But and then that's going to be put into the big question of whether we're going to be able to break that down. And I'm actually really looking forward to a team doing that. I'm not sure if that's going to happen tomorrow, but if they do, I want to see how we're going to handle it after obviously these 2 wins. I've said it multiple times now that we are playing, these are the 4, like, if you want to call them preseason games before the Gauntlet. Obviously, that being Milan, Atalanta, Lazio, Roma at the end of the season. I believe Sassuolo is in there, and I believe a couple other teams. But for right now, that's a pretty packed schedule towards the end. And I think it's going to be key for us, obviously get these first 4 wins. Obviously, the next one being the Derby delle Molle. So that's also key, big rivalry. Torino's looked well again. And obviously, a big thing for Genoa is they are near the relegation zone. So every one of these remaining games is going to be important to them. I think they're going to push us. I think they have no choice because, no one's going to want to be getting relegated down to Serie B. And I think it's going to be an interesting game. Again, another game where Juve is going to have to prove to us what they've learned from their mistakes, what we can keep pushing and improving, and see what happens. I think if Sarri makes the right substitutions like he really has, I think in general we have a great shot at winning. But it's all going to be up to the players tomorrow, and I think the keys to match, obviously intensity. We got to stop standing and waiting for the ball. Use the wings because, again, they're going to have a 3-man back. So we should be able to take advantage of that with the skilled players we have. And if we're able to move the ball quickly and push back on them, take advantage when their wingers are up high, we can cause some problems for them. So I think for now, I think it's going to be an interesting game. Obviously, that game against Lecce, first 30 minutes was, kind of difficult for us. The red card really helped us open up and, take advantage of what they had, something that we hadn't done against Milan. And I think, for the most part with Genoa, I think it's going to be a winnable game. I still think it's going to be a grind-out game where we're going to have to, bring some brilliance, like a Dybala winner. I think it's going to be 2-1 or 1-0 for us. Going to be kind of very tight. As, like I said, Christian Romero, one of the top 11 for the last round. They have a lot to play for Genoa again. And I think in general, we should be, being able to create chances and be able to score goals. But like I said, I think it's going to be tough. I think we will win. Like I said, I'm going to finalize. I think I'm going to go 2-1. I think they get a goal trying to push back. I think we'll go up 2-0. I think the goal scorers are going to be, as usual, probably Ronaldo and Dybala. Possibly a pen. If not, I hope he can get one from open play, because it seems like he has been lacking in that area. Obviously, he did have a lot of chances against Lecce, but I think as a player, you have to know the situational game, as he should, being the experienced player he is. Some of the moments where he's trying to bicycle kick and, we're trying to get the W, you got to be smart enough, chest that down, put it in the back of the net, and stop with the fancy stuff. And let's see what happens in this game. Guys, please let me know, obviously, your predictions in the comments. Let's have a good game tomorrow. Let's get another W, third in a row. It would, hopefully, if we can keep the clean sheet, I believe it's going to be the 6th in a row. So let's see what happens. And guys, as always, please check out the podcast on YouTube. Again, drop a like, comment, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff. And obviously on iTunes, Podbean, and Spotify. So you'll get all that up as soon as it is uploaded. And again, guys, I got to say, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the love for my, obviously for my 27th birthday. And guys, we're going to get guests right after this game. Obviously, I'm going to have to work tomorrow, so hopefully I'll have to catch it right after work. And then we'll get on to that post-match podcast with Daniel Lucci. I expect very interesting takes, and we'll see what happens. But guys, keep it locked. I'm going to try and get Joe. I've been wanting to have him on for a while now, and I'm going to try and get Mr. Joe Cappuccino, on the pod sometime in the following weeks. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of games, so definitely be able to get him on. Guys, as always, stay tuned. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Ciao.